I can't even see if we're recording. Are we?
I can. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah, moving the mic is probably good.
Welcome to Salad Bar, fellas. Episode 5.
Is it really episode 5?
Yeah, is
already?
Oh, is it already episode 5?
How many are we gonna do this for?
What are we gonna just stop this? Anyway, my name's Damien. I'm joined with
Rain.
And
This is Silas coming in live.
coming for you live during Cowboy Week.
Happy Cowboy Week, guys.
Cowboy Week is in full swing. When is Cowboy Day weekend? Like Thursday?
On like Friday, I think. Hold on, I need
Yeah.
to. Because like
It should go up before Cowboy weekends.
yeah, well, it probably comes up like tomorrow or the next day.
As long as I record it, as long as I edit it in time.
Is there a way to look at my stories? Let's see. When's the first Cowboy Week thing? 15th of December. And then it's the 18th now. What? That's not right.
Oh, that sounds right.
We're on
It's
day.
Friday, right? Today's Monday. Thursday or Friday. Now it's Monday.
Oh wait, hold on.
What day did you upload the first one?
It just says 15th of December. What was that? I'm stupid. Hold on.
3 days ago. It's Friday. Yeah, that's Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Cowboy Week ends on Friday.
So if you haven't done your cowboy art, do it now. You need at least one.
Alright, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been making a shit ton of stuff for it.
Want to tell us about the origins of Cowboy Week, Silas?
I remember specifically what I made for the first thing, because I remember this was so spontaneous. I was sketching on either Thursday night, Friday morning or something. I was just sketching, and I was just like, I drew the character Lucas from Storyline just shaking Cat awake, saying, "Wake up, Cat, wake up!" And I was like, I needed to find words to finish the thing, and I just wrote, "It's Cowboy Week." And then right after that, I just drew them as cowboys, and I was like, I can do something with this.
Yeah, so...
Because if I said Cowboy Day, I would just make one post for that day. But I said week, and then I realized, shit, now I need to make something for each
you
day.
have to commit.
So for the first day, I made a drawing of them dueling. Second day, I made them made like sprite edits, make them more of the characters, make them more cowboy-like. Third day, I posted like a leak of the second chapter's OST because it just so happened to have like a hickish song anyways. And then today I wrote more, or uploaded more sprite edits.
So Cowboy Week goes from the 15th to the 22nd of December.
Yeah.
So...
You see, I was just like looking at all the holidays in like December, and I realized all of them were kind of lame. Like, who celebrates like Kwanzaa or like Hanukkah or Christmas?
Yeah, those fake holidays.
And I realized it's such a bad placement for Cowboy Week too.
I know.
So that's what made it funny. And you know, it's been fun so far.
I like the imagery of there's like snow everywhere and everyone's got their sweaters on, but also like cowboy hats and like guns and shit. Like, it's Cowboy Week.
One big thing in Storyline is that there's not a lot of there's no Western section, which I was like, there's not ever gonna be a Western section. There's just kind of hints of it in the second chapter. So I thought, like, I'm just gonna kind of get it out all now and just make a Cowboy Week. That's fun.
Fucking Cowboy Week.
Making characters into making cowboy versions of the characters is really fun too, because you got to think about what kind of design they would like have while still looking like themselves and all that. It's really fun. That's pretty much it for Cowboy Week. Cowboy Week's pretty baller.
Fuck yeah.
So you guys hurry and fucking do your cowboy art, or else Silas is gonna hunt you down.
Tag at Storyline Official when you do it.
I don't know anybody else who wants to do it. I haven't told anybody else to do it. I've considered the idea of finding random artists that I follow and just saying, dude, you need to make something for Cowboy.
Fucking Cowboy Week.
You'd never
Dude, message Lee. He would do it.
Would he?
He would 1,000%.
Oh my god.
I'll do it right now.
But that would be badass.
Have I told I think I have told the tale of Lee Exidium.
I think we have.
I think if I could, It's not out yet, but we recorded a bunch of Hollow Knight videos, and I think it's in that.
Yeah, that's where it is. He has a Twitch. Alright. What do I fucking say to him?
Just be like,
Hey, it's Cowboy Week, man.
hey, it's Cowboy Week. Show your cowboy appreciation by drawing
Cowboys.
cowboy.
You know, fucking, I always consider the idea of like, hey, dude, you want to do like a cool little collab like you did, and then
Then you get scared. Get nervous.
All four of us collab.
no, it's just more like I just keep kind of forgetting, and I think it'd be funny if this is how I like interact with him instead. So I'll say,
Perfect.
say, hey, brother.
Have you heard of Cowboy Week?
Should I say I created it, or should I just make it like a thing up in the air?
Make it up in the air.
All right.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't know.
Hey, brother, you should make.
Send a few posts as examples.
But they're just like
So-
posts of cowboys.
Just pictures of cowboy.
Should I just send him images of the art that I've done so far?
Yeah.
All right. You should make a baller post for Cowboy Week.
Just a quick overview of Lee, because I'm not going to tell the whole story because there's too much lore, but he's this artist on Instagram that I really like that I've collaborated with a few times.
You think he'd get mad if I said the best holiday in December?
No, I think he'd think that was funny.
This is so dumb. I love it. Can I send him images? I can.
I can.
I'm just gonna send him some of the artwork I've done so far. It's saying sending. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Beautiful.
We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go on Do Not Disturb because whenever I talk to new people, I'm really nervous about their response.
Or you had topics written down, right? I never write down or think of topics ahead of time.
I just thought of little funny anecdotes that I remember seeing online.
Chaz.
All right, so should I go? How should I go about this? Oh yeah, I should point out this one because I saw this one unfold a few days ago. I said this in one of the chats, but you know, I was on break. I was scrolling through the twits, as they call it, but I found this little post of like this guy who said like their cat's name is Snow, and their cat. They come home to their cat has eaten their hamster.
Oh my
What?
god! I saw this.
Did you see it posted somewhere else, or did you see me explain it?
No, I saw it on I saw it on Instagram, I think.
It goes fucking deeper than that one thing. So they come home to their cat, who's eaten their hamster, and they're like so distraught. Here's the thing: there's like a difference between like distraught and like saddened. They felt distraught and betrayed.
Yeah.
Like as if they said that it was like a knife in the heart. As it's like if you found your best friend sleeping with your your wife or something. That's how they said it, and then they said they're gonna get their cat euthanized for it.
Oh my god.
And then everybody's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? No, don't do that." And then they did do it. Wait, hold on. Right before that, this is exactly how I explained it too. Right before that, they did make like a few posts saying like cats are vegan. Because like they believe that cats should be vegan because they shouldn't be able to do stuff like that. They shouldn't kill hamsters. They shouldn't eat them.
Like, cats are nice, lovable little creatures.
They're vegan. And then they post like I didn't remember how they framed their tweet for this one. They said how they put down the cat, they euthanized it, and then they were like they said that they were sorry about it.
They're like, I feel so bad, but I had to do it.
Yes, that's exactly it, actually. They're like, I feel so sorry, but that Snow shouldn't have betrayed my trust like that and killed my hamster.
Some people just shouldn't.
Didn't they regret it afterward?
That's what they said. Okay, so they did that, and then everybody got mad at them again, and then they apologized, and they said that they believe Snow is in a better place and how they should have given him away instead. And they said that, and they still walk back on the concept of they still shouldn't like be evil creatures that like killed my hamster. And then they said something about like we should make sure cats don't breed.
What? Okay,
these monsters won't like be in society anymore. They basically just like made like a Hitler speech on like domestic cats, and then I saw that, and then like I remember as I explained that all in that chat, and then as soon as I saw that, I went back, refreshed my timeline, and then they posted another tweet retracting their apology because they said, "Fuck you, that cat deserved to fucking die. Fuck you."
That's awful.
And then turned into a psychopath as soon as their little hamster got eaten.
But there's a slight happy ending. I think this character's based for one reason, because apparently this wasn't real. This was just bait. Apparently, like there's this weird feature on Twitter now. If you buy Twitter Premium for $30 a month,
you get verified.
You get verified. You get a blue check mark, and your tweets, depending on your interactions, you can get money.
Really?
It's like YouTube. You can get money off of it. So what people have been doing
They're
is
starting drama to get interactions.
It's been so horrible scrolling through shit now, because like you'll see either like a Facebook post where it's like a Facebook post from like 2016. It's like, can you spot all the differences, or something stupid like that, or you'll see like something so fucking infuriating. And that was one of them. But you can also hide your check mark so people don't know you're verified. So that's what they did. And then there's some weird way in the system you can check that they're verified. That's how they found out this was all bait, but it's really fucking funny.
I think it's so hilarious that Elon Musk literally just bought Twitter and ruined it and then stopped doing anything with it.
He still does stuff with it, but he just keeps ruining it.
It's unsavable at this point.
He keeps like saying the dumbest stuff too. I remember we talked about it in the Call of Cthulhu thing, where he said that he just could not play Grand Theft Auto 5 because it was too violent.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't appreciate that you had to kill police officers in this game. I had to put my controller down.
Oh my fucking god.
And then you see like 6,000 people below him like agreeing.
They're like, yes, I do, heavens, I do agree with that.
That's awful.
It's badass.
Yes, my IQ is about the same as yours. I do believe that we're on the same wavelength about that one. People are acting like that with him. People are always interacting with him like they're bros. It's like, okay, dude, this is like a billionaire lizard person who doesn't actually exist,
Yeah.
and you're acting like, you know.
You're like going over there for dinner at 5.
It's because he used to be kind of cool. His whole thing back in the day was like he was like the first billionaire to have a personality. It's like, you know, like how Wendy's on Twitter or like Denny's on Tumblr was like the first corporate brand to talk like a person. And he started doing that, and then like over time his stuff is like, I think it's funny if you look back on it how popular he got, because you'll see him like with like 16 cameos in Rick and Morty being called a genius. Mm-hmm. Or like you'll see a cameo of him in like, he's in Iron Man.
Is he?
Yeah.
In the old Iron Mans? Wait, they just came out like 30 years ago. He's in those?
It came out in 2007, but yeah, he is in those.
That's weird.
I think those were before he got really popular from the internet, but like there's that. You see him interacting, like, you know, he does fucking meme review with fucking PewDiePie. Mm-hmm. He just becomes like, you know, this epic fucking gamer, Reddit doggo, Reddit gold character.
That's how I feel about Keanu Reeves as well. The way people treat him, they're like trying to be like Keanu Reeves, bro. He's like, oh, he's so based. Oh my god, he freaking. What does he say? He's like, you're so breathtaking, Keanu Reeves.
I think it's like
We're acting the same way.
That clip is really funny. He's just walking on stage and says the game is breathtaking. Then somebody yells, "You're breathtaking!" And then he goes around, he points and says, "You're breathtaking."
Oh, wholesome 1000 epic doggo.
Guys, wholesome 100. Guys, that is a Skyrim meme.
I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
But yeah, it's fucking. There's he kind of bred that, and then he started people started finding out he's actually not like a super genius. He's not Jimmy Neutron. Mostly because of like the Cybertruck thing.
Well, just because he couldn't make indestructible windows, people were like,
that was super funny. He gets
it's the fucking part in The Incredibles where the kid rips Mr. Incredible off his wall.
I like the the video where he's testing the indestructibility of the windows, and they break instantly. Or like how recently they were testing like it's durable and gunshots can't even pierce it, but apparently they were using like some sort of like weaker form of ammo and it just dented it still. Yeah, it was funny. That stuff was good. He's a goober.
It's the same. It feels the same. You know how this is a. You know how like people acted toward like YouTubers for a long time. You know, like same thing. Like people are like trying to be their bro. They think they're like friends or whatever.
Yeah.
It's on such a much weirder scale when it's like these like literally a billionaire like fake person. When I say fake, it's just like these people are like unattainable.
Like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, fucking... These people are like... Might as well not even exist because you're never going to interact with them, and then people are like trying to be like bros with them. That's how weird it is.
I'd prefer not to ever think about interacting with them. Because it's like...
You can't imagine just like seeing like Bill Gates like walking down the street. Like that's never... Like that doesn't happen.
Well, even if you do, like what would... Fucking what are you going to say? Hey, you're Bill Gates.
Yeah?
Hey, can I have $1 billion, please, Mr. Bill Gates?
I feel like that is like literally the only scenario I can think of. Like, it feels really, really greedy to say, but like any scenario where you meet like someone super rich, the only thing you would ever like realistically say is like, "Hey, can I have money?"
Mr. Beast, give me $1 million, Mr. Beast.
That is probably the only thing I'd ever say to him. I regret to say. I don't think I'll add the Mr. Beast mode to a storyline.
What the fuck does that mean?
You play as Jimmy Beast, and all the items are rethemed to be Mr. Beast Burger.
Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, that's another funny topic I'll talk about in a minute. Yeah. Well, you see, it's still kind of doing that now. You said with the YouTuber thing where like people are trying to be their bros. Mm-hmm. That's still happening now. You know what they call that?
What?
A parasocial relationship.
Oh
yeah. That's what happened with all the Minecraft YouTubers.
Oh yeah, people are like writing fanfics about them, and then like they're thinking that just like commenting on like most of their videos is gonna make them fall in love with them and shit.
I don't want to talk about Dream for too long.
Well, I was thinking of Sky Does Minecraft. That was the first person that came up, honestly.
Mine is Dream because of two reasons.
That's a much better comparison though.
But I was gonna say two things about him. One of them, I could say three things. They're all really tangential. None of them really fit with the topic. It's just that his thing is just that he is getting super close with his audience, which, like, you know, I think you should be aware of your audience, but I don't think you should interact with them.
All of his audience's children.
You shouldn't directly message. You shouldn't single out your audience.
No.
You should, like, respond very generally with people, where you can, like, be in the comments, like, interacting and all that, but don't be on Snapchat.
That is a weird thing in retrospect. How, like, when he first started on YouTube, he said, "Hey, here's my Snapchat if you want to, like, if you're a fan and you want to, like, chat."
Hey guys, only a small percentage of my audience is under the age of 18. So if you are under the age of 18, here's my Snapchat.
God.
I was gonna take it there, but okay, it's fair though. Another thing I was gonna say about him, I was considering this idea for a while. I was considering like the idea of like getting everybody together and having them, like a tier list, making a tier list on my character designs for the first chapter of storyline, because I want to see, just kind of want to get the feel on how good they are. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about, I was like, as I was working, I was going through each character design, and I remembered that I'll show you a picture real fast of this character. You know, Damien, you've probably seen him for sure. So there's a character, or a character type. They're like hoodlums. That's their.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They're hoodlums, and like, okay, I made these characters in like 2016, way before Dream became popular.
But they
happened to be fucking skinny white guy with a hoodie with a big funny mask with a smiley face. And I wanted to talk about, first of all, here's my inspiration on it. The inspiration on it is that they're not supposed to be Dream. They're supposed to be fucking based off of Shy Guys.
Uh-huh. You know, yeah, they're wearing like a hoodie with a mask.
Yeah.
But
then
everyone who sees that is going to immediately associate that with Dream now.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm like, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be fun. They look like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
At least they have horns, but still.
I'm sure you can rework it.
I'm not gonna rework. I'm
No,
keeping
just throw it.
because
This was my idea first, Green.
If you literally just change the color of the mask, no one would be able to tell.
I'm keeping it for one reason and one reason only is because first of all I still think the design is good. Second of all, you know, I made the hoodlums. I made like you know the stronger version of them, and then when I was trying to come up with another boss between the start of the game, like in the middle of the chapter, I was thinking like let's make like a leader of the hoodlums, and I was thinking like, all right, so they can't be yellow and they can't be pink. I can't make them another soul color because if they're another soul color,
Oh no!
if I make them another soul color, then that implies that they have that power, and I don't want to show that power or those mechanics off yet. And I thought like, what's a soul color that isn't? And I thought, oh, green's not one of the soul colors.
No.
Let me find them.
I've had a handful of stuff like that where I think it's something and then I see it done in something else and I'm like, no, people are gonna think that I'm copying them if I use this.
So I made him like a light green, and I exaggerated his features, and I just made him look like the dumbest smug little character of all time.
That's been far enough removed. I don't think anyone would.
But I made him intentionally like that and I made him like a stupid fucking idiot character, so incompetent. And then I also made it where like when you beat him, you know, he's weakened, and then his mask shatters in half, and he does a face reveal, and he gets shy, and he goes, he runs away, and then. And then midway through, I won't reveal that little feature.
Spoiler alert!
But I thought like that's my little funny response to you know Dream took my design, I'm gonna take his. But what was the other thing? A little funny thing I was about to say about that kooky character.
Something stupid.
Yeah, I think that's it. That was the main thing I wanted to point out because I thought it was funny. We were talking about parasocial relationships. What else can we talk about? How long have we been going? I can't see.
22 minutes.
22 minutes?
Not long enough. Yeah, we can end it here.
No, we're not.
I'm joking, guys. Obviously. Does it sound any different, guys? We have sound foam up now. Literally like 9 pieces, but it's there.
Just put it on the ceiling.
It wouldn't work if it was on the ceiling.
If you talk up, it would. Do you have any on this side? I don't think so. It's probably padded out. Just bounce off the dresser.
He takes a little bite out of them when he gets hungry.
Just
You guys see the new episode of Invincible?
No. Are they coming out again?
There's so far 4 episodes in the second season.
Oh, well, that's been out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
I already seen those. Idiot.
I'm pretty sure.
New episode.
They're not making a new one. They're not releasing new episodes until January.
Attack on Titan thing, season 2, part 1, season 2, part 2.
Okay, guys, I'm just not caught up. I'm sorry.
It's good. I like him. I like the funny part where Nolan.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
I mean, like, I haven't read the comics before or know anything about the comics, so it is all new to me. But I probably should because apparently it's supposed to be different.
I don't know if it's vastly different or if it's just slightly different. I know there's a handful of things that they're changing for like one reason or another, but I don't know if they're doing like full storylines that are being changed.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, do you know about the fucking iconic evil scene that's supposed to happen later in the story?
Yeah, I don't remember if we talked about this in person or on the channel though.
Should we just bring it up?
Yeah,
for
sure.
Fun?
You take it away.
Yeah, sure. I'm the right one for this. All right. So there's supposed to be a scene in Invincible later down the line. Rain, do you even care about the spoiler, or do you think there's a scene?
They're changing it, so
They probably will. I think they said they will. Or the point is, there's a scene where a Viltrumite fucking rapes Mark, to have like a a stronger child.
Viltrumite get Baba.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I've heard of this actually.
So that's supposed to be a plot line, and like
They can't just cut the little baby out
But-
because it's important.
because the point of the character or the point of that a little bit was supposed to be like the kid that comes from it is supposed to be like, despite it coming from tragedy, he still loves the kid and he loves him and all that, and good came from it. That was supposed to be the point of the story. But they're gonna change that, and I'm sure they will make it better. Like I don't know which one I would prefer.
I don't mind changes like that where it's just a reworking of something that like the rape is not the important part of the story. The little baby is the important part of the story. So I think it's fine to change things like that.
Have you ever watched The Boys?
No.
I don't know anything about The Boys other than that apparently the comic really sucks.
I think the show was pretty good.
Did you know? Did you see the thing that was like, we made it was something like, the like official Twitter or something was said like, yeah, Homelander is officially like mentally ill, and but the kicker is they were like, he was already LGBTQ plus, so we thought it worked hand in hand. It might have been the other way around actually. I think they announced he was LGBTQ, I believe, and then they said like, oh yeah, since he was already mentally ill, it seemed like it would go hand in hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. What?
that's pretty good.
I love it when company. Oh shit! I'll bring that up too. That's
They're just tone deaf. They're good.
like whenever like they make like a post,
They're trying to be woke and cool, but
and then they say something stupid. What is he supposed to be in the LGBT?
Yeah.
What is he supposed to be? Like, is he gay? Is he gay? Is he
I
trans?
don't fucking know.
Let's do a quick Google search.
Cool. Is Homelander trans rights?
I don't know.
I just don't see it. The way that I've always seen, I haven't seen anything of him, but the way I've always seen him in clips is like he's supposed to be like, like a JROTC kid. It feels like.
He's bisexual.
Does he fuck a man?
I don't know.
Probably not, but it gets them woke points, so I'm gonna do it.
Apparently, the original show or the original comic really sucked because the concept is like evil Superman or evil superheroes or whatever.
Yeah.
And apparently, a lot of it was just like, here's a superhero, but what if he was a pedophile? What if he was racist?
What if Captain America was racist?
And
That's something I want to see.
And then there was there's a scene where Homelander is trying to stop the planes that hit the Twin Towers, and while he's doing it, he just says the N-word over and over and over again.
That can't be real.
It is.
There's no way.
I just scrolled down to look more and Google.
He squirted straight mayo in that one.
Why you boy?
No, don't look it up. Look at the images. I was just scrolling down.
There's a photo of fucking Homelander with his big cock shooting Burger King mayo.
Anyways.
I need to prove this point before I get called the fucking... Yeah. Yeah, see?
What the fuck?
Do you care to see Homelander saying the N-word?
That's real.
Oh.
So yeah, there's
Here's
just...
the image. Just kidding.
There's just a scene of him just trying to stop the Al Qaeda pilots, and he's just saying the N-word over and over again. You see, he is a better hero than Spider-Man because he did stop 9/11.
I'm sure there was a comic they did back in the day of all the superheroes coming together to help on 9/11.
Oh God!
What I think is funny is that they also got the villains.
Yes.
Out too, the Green Goblin was like, "This is too evil even for me. This attack on America."
That's exactly it. There was
I blow people up with my skeleton bombs all the time, but this is a little far even for me.
No, the one that gets me is there's a panel of Doctor Doom. It was his whole thing is that he wants to kind of. He's fine with getting people killed in the sake of making a utopia, and there's just a scene where he's just looking off into the distance, and you can see he wears a metal mask. You can see behind his little eye holes. You could see a tear coming out, and I thought it was It's like they would not care about 9/11. Don't tell me fucking Green Goblin cares.
Goddamn.
They should add that into the MCU. They should add like a flashback scene in like the new Spider-Man where like it's like it's like Avengers Endgame, but it's for the villains and they all come together to clean 9/11 wreckage.
Wasn't there something like that in some movie recently where they had like a shot of New York, but someone accidentally had the Twin Towers in there, so it was like, this is canonically set before. I don't know if it was something recent, but I remember it every once in a while you'll see something like that where someone will like fuck up and do that.
I don't know how. I feel like whenever I think it's because I've been trained. I wasn't alive when Twin Towers were up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like mentally I've been kind of trained to just not like you could see them so easily when you look at a New York skyline.
Yeah.
You could point them out so easily, but how do you like when you're like working on like a film? How do you just miss that? And like how do you have footage of pre 9/11? My favorite one of those is when Kermit. There's a thing where what is it? It's like a Christmas Carol. There's a thing where Kermit like he doesn't exist in this in one of the worlds, and then apparently they use old footage. So like in the world he doesn't exist. 9/11, like the Twin Towers are still there.
I think that's what I was thinking of. That's right. It was somehow him existing caused 9/11 or something.
That's a funny thought. Like Osama bin Laden's, he's sitting on his couch, he's eating potato chips, and then he sees the Muppets Christmas special. He's like, oh my god.
He's like, I have to do something about this.
This can't be. This can't do.
This just will not do.
I feel like I'll get on a watch list if I even try, but I really want to see like everything he actually had in his like hard drive because a lot of it's like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Naruto videos and episodes of Naruto and all like different shit like that, different video games.
But do you think he actually watched it? Like,
or was just? I mean, I don't know. Surely someone. I'm not a big computer nerd. I don't know exactly what a hard drive is, but
it's just part of your computer that stores all your data.
Do you have to download stuff onto it though?
Well, everything. Okay, if I took your hard drive out of your computer, first of all, it wouldn't work. But if you took your hard drive out, plugged it into another thing, everything in that file folder, that's everything in there would be in it.
So he either like downloaded them online, or like someone gave him like a USB stick full of like shit that he either requested or they just got it random.
That or it was already on the hard drive he had, but like did it? I don't know. There's also a funny thing. Isn't there like a thing in his hard drive where there's like an Animal Crossing save, like an emulator of an Animal Crossing save?
I like the image of that. He's building his nice little Animal Crossing towns.
I like the thought of him like he's not even angry. He's just like peaceful. He's like he's like completely in love with like Isabel. He rubs his big fucking crooked witch finger across the CRT screen.
I have to upgrade my town to be able to add in the library.
What a crazy man. I'm sure if he was alive today, he'd be very popular.
You think he would be? You think he'd be a streamer?
He'd be a Twitch streamer. He'd be on Twitch. Like how, oh god, this is something that happened recently. He'd be one of the new Twitch streamers that are cropping.
The nude artist Twitch streamers.
Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it though.
There's a new funny thing that happened where like I don't even remember why exactly they started doing it. Twitch was like, all right,
we're losing monthly viewers. We need to do something drastic.
And they were like, all right, we'll allow artistic nudity and things, and then like 90% of the Twitch streamers just like stream nude, and it's really funny. I don't really care. I think it's a really funny idea,
What
but
classifies as artistic though?
in my
obviously if it's in like a drawing or something.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
figure sketching or whatever. But like you can't just be playing Call of Duty.
Well, I assume like if it's like in a game or something you're watching, that'd be fine.
Playing like Baldur's Gate 3 and you're.
Yeah, I assume that would be fine, as opposed to like playing Super Mario Brothers with your fucking 10-inch wiener, swinging around like a fucking grandfather clock.
Tuned you guys out, but then like I tuned you guys back in when.
You got these guys. They've got know, they're playing Mario Brothers, and they've got their face cam, and then they've got
The
pegging cam.
The pegging cam.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there was any sex, but there's for sure. It's always really weird too, because for the women they would have like, they have their camera like situated where like it's above, and it's right below, or like right above, like, you know, the areola of their fucking breasts.
The areola.
Just right above it, and then like you have like iShow Speed. He joins like a little like a Discord call with him, and he just points and screams for 10 minutes. But I remember everybody like was saying, I can't even I fucking hate this site now. It's just become a porn site.
I can't do this any longer.
And then they got rid of it.
They did already?
Yeah, in like a day. Which personally I'm kind of saddened by, because it's one of those things where like, yeah, that would be kind of helpful. You don't have to worry about like, let's say you're doing like a viewer submission thing, they send you porn and then you get banned. Because that happened a lot. Also, we'll never have the frozen potato salad nude stream on Twitch.
Damn it! Guys, check out our Pornhub account for our Pornhub videos.
That'd be a funny one-off bit. We just do one nude stream and we post it there, and we never do anything with it again. We do a Markiplier artistic nudity. We have the microphone covering everything. Or like it's the scene in Austin Powers when, like, you know, they get up and then like everything so happens to block their stuff.
Yeah.
What a funny world.
What a crazy world we live in.
I was gonna say about about brands being really stupid about posting stuff. Do you have any good examples of them? Could you think of any?
I'm sure there is some, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
One of the funniest ones ever in the world. This is my S tier of funniest companies saying just something awful for no reason. Is just like
the Burger King.
Yes. I remember I was walking to school, or I got off the bus. I was walking to school and I saw it, and it was the funniest thing. It's there's a tweet that they made where it was on National Women's Day. It's like, the tweet is, "Women belong in the kitchen." And then that was the full tweet, but then they retweeted. They replied to that tweet saying,
they're like, wait.
No. And they said, if they want to, and then and then they wrote statistics about like women being in like kitchens or something like that, and then like how like something about like community stuff, but still, why did they frame it like women belong in the kitchen?
The point is like, oh yeah, the cooking industry, like the professional cooking industry or whatever, is like a male-dominated thing. So they're like, oh yeah, equal rights and all that. But they should have not said women belong in the kitchen.
Here's the thing, you know, Twitter has like, you know, it has a character count. You can't like tweet 6 trillion words if you want to.
Post like an article or something, and then.
But like,
that.
But here's the thing: women belong in the kitchen. Is that doesn't exceed the max characters? They did that on purpose.
I love how Burger King, for one reason or another, just keeps getting shot in the foot. Like every like 2 years, something will happen that just completely like tanks like Burger King's fucking like image. Like you had like the guy on the plane who kept saying the N-word in the Burger King.
That's
round.
right.
And like Burger King foot lettuce, all that, you know, like every couple years, just something will happen that just like ruins Burger King for the next couple years.
The thing is about Burger King is that crown incident. I feel like the crown design changed right afterwards.
Yeah, because I was thinking that too. I was like, that's gonna become like a racist imagery now. Is the fucking Burger King crown?
Yeah, so you know, like for like Nazi dog whistles, you got 1488, you got swastikas, you got fucking iron crosses for racism. You know, you got like KKK stuff, like nooses, and then you have the Burger King, and then the Burger King crown. That's what the Grand Wizards wear.
Yeah, the Grand Wizards.
They wear a Burger King crown.
Holy shit.
Man, that really sucks for Burger King.
Poor Burger King.
I'm trying to think of any other company stuff that was like that. There's
you know what was really fucking annoying was when Wendy's was doing
being like sarcastic and stuff.
Yeah, like the smug Wendy's tweets.
Yeah.
It was God.
At the time, I didn't mind them, but then over time, what happened was like they started doing it, and then other companies did it back, and then it was just like, oh my
So
god.
we're just like, yeah, whatever. We make sandwiches or something. Yeah, this other company.
So McDonald's would make a post, and then Wendy's would say, yeah, but at least our meat isn't frozen, and then they say something.
They'd be like, at least, yeah, exactly.
And there'd just be a chain of that, and then God, that was annoying. I don't think they do that.
Say something, and then they'll be like, but at least we aren't
racist.
Yeah, at least we aren't racist.
Do you think if they said that they would get in trouble?
I think
if Wendy said that to Burger King.
Yes. No, I think that by itself is whatever. I don't care, but just the fucking community that raised of like people drawing like smug Wendy's art. It's like, God, shut the fuck up.
I do want to point out that is not really much of a thing anymore because ever since, kind of going back to it, ever since Elon Musk did take over Twitter,
I was gonna say that.
A lot of brands just disappeared. They just stopped posting on it, and yeah, so I barely see that anymore. The only time I see that is with Opera GX.
Silas misses it.
I don't miss it.
Is Opera GX good?
I heard it's good. It owns Game Maker. So
I saw some cool stuff you can do with that. I'm like, okay.
I don't use. I just use Google Chrome. So
I have Chrome, and then whenever I open it, it goes to Yahoo. I'm like,
because you need to go to your settings and change your preferred browser. Because
it's too complicated. I'm not a computer guy. I don't think I can figure that out.
Also, it shouldn't do that unless you like apparently downloaded something and it changed it.
I've been very careful with what I've downloaded with my new computer, with my $1,000 NASA computer.
I fucking haven't even been able to use mine yet. Goddamn.
You haven't?
I need a monitor, and I
Get
don't.
one.
I've been trying to, and then fucking Aiden's not able to take me anywhere, and then fucking I don't have money right now, so I need to wait until Thursday.
Imagine.
It's fine. It's giving me the chance to kind of think about if I like what I want to do with my old one, because I need to either transfer everything or I need to like make them different, like different computers for different stuff.
Where are you gonna get a new monitor?
I don't know. I was just gonna buy a small TV somewhere.
You can get a cheap one. Not bad TV.
I don't know where to get one.
I was gonna say I'm rocking with the 2 computer setup right now. I have my old shitty laptop that I have this art software called Medibang, and I've used that for years for drawing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got my new computer, I went to install Medibang on that one, and it fucking doesn't work with whatever software is on my new one. And I'm like, well, god damn it, I don't want to learn a new software. I'm just gonna keep using my old computer, and then I use the better computer for like everything else.
How often do you use different brushes?
Almost never. I use the like basic pen brush. Medibang by default doesn't have very many good brushes. Like I'll use the sparkle brush every now and again for every once in a while. Oh, you can see it on the screen right now. The sparkles in the background on the Galaxy. I used it for that.
I thought that was just like a stock image you found off Google. I didn't even know you made that until you told
Silas
us.
was like, you should do like some actual art for this. You should
You
actually
be
make
fucking
something
like an
for
artist, dude.
I was like, I did, dog. That's it, right there. I made that.
I was gonna suggest like you make like a border or something, and I was like, oh well, if you made it, that's fine.
Doesn't really match the theme, but I thought it was cool. I was like, okay.
What was I gonna say about that? I was just gonna say that using different brushes sometimes actually kind of helps you draw better. That's what I noticed. Like I used to kind of like been loathing lately drawing in like a normal, like not doing pixel art, and then I found a cool brush, and then it's like, oh, that's nice. Getting nice like color pencil or like pencil like brushes are really nice.
I'm still trying to like get the feel of digital art.
Oh yeah, Rain started doing digital art.
It's so much, at least in my head, more different than traditional. I don't know why, it's just harder to draw on like any digital platform ever.
I'm definitely better on like pencil and paper than I am on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should get a brush that helps you do your style more.
It's not about that.
Look at the difference.
It's not about that. It's just
It is. It makes it better.
Okay, well, I guess also drawing tablet is like not a screen. It's like a pad, and then I
Yeah.
the monitor. And
That is
when
also
when
true.
I'm on pencil and paper, I can just do it straight.
Mhm.
You know. So it's different in that regard. But
Yeah, I need to look at how to like get more Procreate brushes. I don't really like the.
If it has a subscription, I just do that or whatever.
Yeah, I just don't really like the selection they have.
Just use the basic pen for everything.
I usually just stick to a nice watercolor one if I want to do like shading or like foggy or like cloudy effects. I stick to a nice pencil-y one if I just want it for normal line art, and then the digital brush with it, which is just for pixel art.
I can do effects like that with the pen though as well, because you just if you're doing shading, you just make the pen bigger,
Yeah.
and then set it to like half opacity on a new layer, and then it just.
That's usually what I do.
Yeah,
Especially with like color.
you can do that. I just like making it. I make it easier for myself and make it lazier, which sometimes it makes it where you can't make it exactly how you want, but I'm fine with how it is. What I really want is a pixel art brush that kind of feels like a pencil, but like the problem with Damon, I think you said something about how you were trying to do like pixel art stuff or whatever. So like whenever I try to find stuff like that, I need something where like the lines are solid instead of like if you look really closely. Like whenever you draw with a brush, if you look really close, are we recording?
Yes.
All right. Whenever you draw a stroke, if you look really closely, you notice that the whole stroke is like different little colors. Each pixel is like a different color.
Yeah. Oh, you want like a solid one basically?
I want a solid one, but like it's still like little bits of it are like kind of opaque or whatever, because I like I don't know, just like it's hard to explain exactly what I want.
Like more like sharp line art, but not 100% sharp.
Yeah, it's like you got your your sharp brush or your sharp stroke, but like little bits of it around it are like slightly opaque.
So good for like details.
It's just good for it like has a more striking.
Makes it look a little nicer.
That, and it's like whenever I do. Here this is really really bad fucking commentary because it's hard for me. I'm not going to be able to show you, but I don't know how brushes work or how to make them, so I'm not going to do it. So
So I'm not gonna do it.
I'm fine the way it is for now. I'm sure in like 10 years I'm going to look back and be like, how the fuck did I do that? That's impossible. Got any other topics, Damien? You got anything funny?
Yesterday I was gaming, I was hanging out, chilling, doing all that stuff. I get a notification on my phone for my US Bank app, just tracks all of my transactions and all that, and it was like $125 from Walmart in like Buntville or something, and I was like, excuse me? And so I look up that town, it's in fucking Arkansas, and I was like, that's not me. So I go to my US Bank app, and I'm like, how do you like
pause your account?
Yeah. I locked my card for one, and then I was like, okay, how do you what do you call it? How do you dispute a charge?
Yeah.
And so I did that, and it was like, oh, just do this, and turns out you can't do that until the transaction is approved and the fucking thing was pending.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah, it pens for like 2 or 3 days.
So then I'm like, well, shit, and so I'm like, can't do anything about that right now, I guess. And then I get a text message like, fraud detected, from like Buntville, Arkansas or whatever, and please call this number. And so I do, and then it's like, we'll be with you in just 1 moment, and it plays the music, and it did that like 15 times, and I was like, okay, no one's responding to me clearly because banks close at fucking like fucking 3 in the afternoon. So today I look at my app, and it was like, transaction not approved for the fucking Walmart thing. Gives me all my money back. I'm like, okay, cool. So I have my money back. But then I went to buy V-Bucks on Fortnite, and because they had a cool Terminator skin, and the fucking it's like well, I'm in. I'm like, huh? And I look at my thing. I have no cards under my account.
Yeah, because I think when you do that, it kind of destroys your card.
Yeah, so I don't have it. I can't access any of my money until I get a new card. That's cool. And I just got a notification just now. What does this say? says, don't miss out on cashback from Gaylord Rockies and more. Tap here to see your cashback deals.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea.
That kind of happened to me not too long ago. It was more like it's not even like it was a fraud thing. So basically, I think what happened was like sometimes if I'm running out of money by the end of my like right before I'm supposed to get paid, what I'll do is like I'll buy like I'll kind of buy in bulk stuff I need, like kind of prep stuff, like meal prep and all that. So that's what I did, and then my card locked because it thought that it was a fraud, and I was like, oh. So like that was like Friday. That was a Friday night, and it was like, all right. Banks are closed on Saturdays, and they are closed on Sundays. Or at least mine is. And it was closed by that time anyways. And I had to wait the entire weekend. I made it to Monday, and I had to wait until like a specific time in the day for me to call the bank. And then I told them, and then it still took 2 days for them to activate my card again.
That's awful.
They're so fucking slow.
Haven't ran into like any issues like that. I don't know what I would do. I think I'd have like a panic attack. I have like a really big fear of people like hacking my account.
I just think it's really fucking annoying trying to get a new card.
It's actually not that hard. I forget how I did it last time, but you basically just request a new one and then they send it to your address. It costs like $2.
I know some places cost.
I just went in that one time.
Choose your picture that you want on it and everything.
I can't.
You gotta change your fucking like Amazon. Like you gotta change your default card and all that, but
The ones that at Alpine, they have like predetermined designs, but they're like, it does a thing. Like the one that I have, it's like every purchase I make with this card, it's like a few. Braden has the same card, I think, or he had it. Mm-hmm. Like a few cents is donated to like an art thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. So that's why I got that one. But there's other ones. But I'm not allowed to make a custom picture, otherwise I would do something funny. I guess because we've been talking a lot about fucking Twitter escapades, I can talk about another one that I saw.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've talked about this one a few times. I need to look up this character's name so I can tell the story right, because this is the possum story. You remember the possum story?
You not told this one before?
I don't think I told this on the podcast or anything.
Yeah, I swear to God.
I hope I didn't. I don't think I told it.
Go ahead and tell it again, just in case.
Some from Over the Hedge. I need his name.
I know I've heard this story more than once, at the very least.
Ozzy. Over the Hedge. Alright. So every time I look at these stories, they're like small at first, and then I look into them slightly and there's a rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. So this was just one of them one day. For this whole thing, put Ozzy from Over the Hedge over the thing. Alright, so one day I was, I'm scrolling through the twits, same setup as last time, and then I see someone's like, alright, I apologize, I should not have done that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why are you on my timeline all of a sudden? I don't even know this guy. And I click in, and apparently, this is like, our Breaking Bad cold open. It shows you something that happened right after. You're just like, oh my god, what happened for this to be set up? This person in their blood drew Ozzy from Over the Hedge.
Is that where it started, though?
That's not where it started, but
that's
that's what I saw first, and I was like, what? I didn't see the image of them doing it, like the result. They deleted it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what the hell? What is this? And I kept scrolling down. First of all, their profile picture I think was Ozzy from Over the Hedge, and I think there was like mentioned in their bios they're like obsessed with this character. Like they draw him all the time, and then there was a time where like they perfectly remade his 3D model in a single day. And I was like, oh my god, this is some weird rabbit hole that I found here. And I like keep going, and they're like obsessed. They just do not talk about anything else but him. And then all that happens with the blood thing, and then they talk about like, my options right now is that I forget what the other option is. One of them was just like they get sent to a mental ward for 2 years without internet, and that's what happened to them.
Wild.
It's just it's really weird seeing all this stuff happen.
Of all the characters, also to like be obsessed with. I mean, at the very least, you could have done like the girl possum who's like an emo baddie, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like this theory of autism I have where I think every single character you can ever think of in your head has at least one hyper obsessed fan.
That's probably true.
I saw good examples there's like someone who's drew a Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2 over and over again with like different like colors, like they bucket paint like their skin to be blue or something. So I have a theory that there's just like every single character just has someone absolutely obsessed with them, and I think that's beautiful.
I can't admit, I don't think I have not one thing like that. Like I have things that I like that I think about a lot, but I literally have nothing that I like draw all the time or like frequently like watch or play. I have like nothing like that.
I kind of realized this.
I don't have like my one favorite thing.
I realized this not too long ago, but I realized that like, you know how like people with autism they have like a hyper fixation they find, and then like a lifetime one, like there's people with trains, people with Star Wars, stuff like that. I realized what I did was I made my brain chemistry I made myself hyper fixate on my game. So I draw everything exclusively for like everything is exclusive for it almost, and then like I realized like, oh my god, I'm like his number one like autistic fan. I make everything for it.
That's kind of sweet, you gotta admit.
I realized that is the life hack on making a project, is just like you need to hyper fixate on your own project, and then like you never get mad at, like I've never gotten like super like bored of it. So I think that's the key. I think you just need to hyper fixate on your own project, because like I never have like super drawn like I never done a thing where I like draw every single like Star Wars character or make stuff like Star Wars characters, or like make it like,
Star Wars. I think you said Starburst.
Starburst. No, just like stuff that I'm interested in. Like I never like make a shit ton of art for it or like hyper fixate on those as much. And I realized like, that's probably like a beneficial thing. So what I'm saying is when the game is finally out, I'm gonna have to kill myself because there's just nothing left.
There's nothing more I can do.
It's like, what am I gonna do? Make fan art for my own game? I've done that. Oh well.
More fan art. You should make fan fiction about it.
Yeah, I really never thought about that, Sass. You literally, other than when we're like drawing and like being goofy, like, oh, you should draw this. I don't think I've ever seen you draw anything
else.
Other than that.
I do draw some other things sometimes whenever I do like warm ups and stuff. But yeah, I realized that too. And I was like, huh. I think it's mostly just because I don't know. Whenever I think about doing like covers or stuff like that, I don't think I can do anything interesting, so I don't bother. Like if I wanted to draw, like if I wanted to seriously draw like Walter White from Breaking Bad as cool as I can, I realize like I'm not gonna be able to make it the way I want to. So yeah. I don't know. Whenever I make something that's based off of something else, I want to make it like I want it to be different at least. Because
that's part of what makes art interesting, is like you're seeing something in the lens of like I don't know, or you're presented with something in a way you're not familiar with. That's why I think a lot of realism is like boring, because it's just like shit that you see already. Like talent-wise, it takes like a fuck ton of talent to like get really good at realism, but like, I feel like to have like seeing something in like an interesting art style, or like even just like colored differently, is like way more like interesting and like likable for like most people.
There's also just like the thing, like like you said, realism art is very impressive, and I think people who do it are like awesome. But the thing is just like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to formulate the words. It's just not really like, nobody really cares, I guess.
No, it's valid.
Which sucks, but it's like, it's probably because now if you want to make like I want to make like a realistic like Thanos drawing, or like just like a realistic painting of someone, you could just take a picture of them. It looks exactly the same. I think what's kind of cool is that people who use those skills and they find a way to just like, I don't know, they draw new stuff out of realism techniques. That's kind of what it's for, isn't it? It's just like you learn, anatomy and like shading and like lighting and all that, and then you just
your own style.
You apply it and other stuff.
We should like in the group chat send like cool photos we've seen. We should draw them again.
I need to get better at doing background stuff. I would like to do that more.
When I draw background, I usually just shit it out. I never really take my time with it.
It's because in my head, like, I want to make backgrounds as detailed as possible, and then I realize this is a background for a scene that's going to be for 2 seconds.
I think the opposite way. I'm like, the focus is on whatever's in the foreground, so just fucking throw it together.
Yeah,
whatever.
the background doesn't fucking matter.
Whenever I do put time into it, though, it doesn't usually pretty badass. If I just do it myself.
Well, it's just like in my head, like I'm very picky about like spatial awareness. So like I don't know, if I was to like draw scenes of you and me talking, I would want to make the background, even if the backgrounds are at different angles, I had to make sure you're on that side of the room. I had to make sure I'm on this side of the room, and then like that gets really hard because you can draw something from this angle, and then you're talking from another angle. I have to redraw it from another angle, and it just gets overwhelming. Which is like, I kind of see the benefit of the concept of like learning 3D, so you can make like let's say you like make like a model of like a room that you want to do, like you're gonna reuse for sure. You can just like move the camera around, redraw the character in that foreground, and redo the right lighting for it.
Guys, while we're drawing hack, if you're trying to do backgrounds, build that shit in Minecraft and then trace over it.
I did do that a lot.
You don't need to trace over it, but you can get like a fucking, that's like perfect, one perspective is perfect, and like the, I don't know, but yeah.
Something I used to do, and sometimes I kind of do it if I want to. Whenever I'm making a section for the game, I'll just kind of build it in Minecraft. And that's just kind of how I do it sometimes. 'Cause it's all squares. Guys, Minecraft is getting boring.
You didn't like the poop and shit update that added a new type of wood, a new mob, and a wand.
Wand.
Yeah. Right, it's a brand new type of villager that picks up dirt blocks if they're on the ground.
So he is slightly more useful than the idiot villagers or whatever they're called.
Is every fucking update? It's like, yeah, like a new like building thing, whether it's like mud or wood or whatever.
It's like a new brick, new wood, new kind of block.
New mob that does one hyper-specific task, and maybe a new biome.
I saw recently, like, I haven't heard from Minecraft ever since like the last Minecon thing. So it's been months. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know anything about this new update. I don't know what it's called.
Did the crab lose the mob vote? Or
yeah, Armadillo won.
God damn it.
That's what I was going to say. I was scrolling by and I saw them like show off the Armadillo in the game, and that's it.
Who the fuck wants an Armadillo? Add all of them! It'll take literally two seconds. You got these people who like yeah, I added the entire like mob vote into Minecraft with this mod. I made it in like a weekend. It's like, dude, what are they doing at Mojang that it takes them like a year and a half to add like 2 things, and then they're like, we have to push it back. It's gotten too big in scope.
Well, it's just kind of weird in my head because like look, so like the Armadillo, the things it's gonna do is like, first of all, they make the model, they program it to like have an AI, it's just to walk around. They're gonna program it to drop whatever you call like the scutes. And then you can use those SKUs, make an item tag, craft those into dog armor, and that's it. That's all it does. Can you think? Like, maybe you can breed them. Maybe they'll add a little breeding thing to them. That's it. That's all they could do.
Yeah. Mob that does one thing. Like you look at a cow, okay.
Or maybe the armadillo will do a thing where every once in a while it'll go into like a little sonic ball and roll.
Oh,
Maybe it'll do that.
dude. That's gonna take an entire team of people, dude. That's crazy. I don't know. We might have to push this one back. The armadillo's gotten too grand in scope.
But
think about everything the cow does. It gives you milk. It gives you fucking beef. It gives you leather. You can use leather for all sorts of shit. Beef is like one of the best foods, and like milk is used in all sorts of stuff. Has a useful effect. It's like this shit's been in the game for 1,000 years, and then they're adding mobs. They have the goat. It drops the horn, and then you can make the horn. The horn makes a noise.
I like those horns, but I only like one specific one. It's the one that goes dun 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 dun, and that's it.
They don't have any utility though. Like I wanted the crab to win because the crab would have dropped a claw, which extends your build reach. How fucking useful is that? That's amazing.
It is extremely useful, and that's why I'm pissed. But the horn does kind of do stuff. It scares mobs.
You gotta go to fucking like the rare as fuck like hyper mountains though to find them.
You can find them in pillager outposts. That's where I always find them.
All places.
Because what do you have to? I don't even know what you have to do to get them from a normal go. I just go in there.
You gotta make them run into a wall, and then the horn falls off.
You see, it is, like you said, it is useless. So that I don't really even look for them. Mm-hmm. There is some stuff in the game that are like super, like one thing in the game that is like that's always pissed me off ever since it's been added is tridents. Because I love tridents, they're really useful. With the Riptide Trident, you can get around so easily. It's so nice. Problem with the Riptide Trident is that you need to get a trident first, and that's like the hardest thing to do in the game.
I don't really think that's true. You just go into a fucking ocean, kill dudes for a while. You've never had a problem getting trident.
The drop rates are so fucking hard for them, at least on Java. For me, like
Oh, that's probably the difference. I play on Bedrock usually.
Because like okay, so what I did to spawn them was like I go in the middle of the ocean, build a little thing to have mobs spawn, and then I would camp out there. I think I camped out there for like 3 hours once looking for one trident. Then you need to take it back, find the right enchantments, make sure you put mending on it because it's always going to be about to break.
You should put mending on it, or else you won't be able to repair it after a certain time.
And then you need to repair it.
And then if you repair it too many times, then you won't even be able to put mending on it. Too expensive.
And then and there's nothing else that can repair it besides another trident. So
I was gonna say is they used to make goated updates, like 3 updates in a row. You had like fucking like the pillage and village, and then like the nether update, and then I think like the ocean update was before that. Like these like massive updates, and like since then, they have like a couple things, or they have like the half updates, and it's like okay, you build into something bigger. I get that, but fucking.
I just feel like a lot of the updates don't go anywhere. Like
Oh yeah, they don't build off of old stuff either. Like they're never gonna touch the goat or the armadillo ever again. They're never gonna give them any other utility other than like what they already have.
I think a big problem that I like kind of realized was like oh god, how would you describe it?
God.
So a big thing is just like, all right, the reason why they make it take so long is they say they have to balance it out, make sure it adds to the game, make sure the way they phrase it is like it needs to work with every other mechanic. But I feel like what happens is that they say that, and then that gets too hard because how are you gonna reuse like I don't know, how are you gonna reuse like the warden stuff for any other part of the game? So
let it be broken. It's more fun that way.
Well, it's just like like the sound stuff. Sound stuff is like, oh, what can you do with that? There's not really much you can do other than redstone, which I'll get to in a second. But there's just a lot of mechanics like honey. But the only thing you can do with honey really that is like actually useful is like wax copper.
Or honey blocks. Or use for a lot of redstone stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then like
redstone's really the only thing that gets more useful stuff. it's kind of built upon.
Like, I'll get to that in a second because I have a big grievance with it. So, you know, you have that, and then, like, those features seem really exclusive, and I feel like that's the point because, you know, if you're, let's say, if you're building a big, long, like, little branch and everything has to connect to it, why don't you just make everything, like everything has to kind of connect to the main central idea. They just make things, like, kind of stand off on their own so they don't have to connect it to anything. And that's pretty much it, rather than, like, oh, we're going to make a new biome or a new dimension, and, you know, if you make a new dimension, you need to make sure everything else connects to that dimension so it's natural. So they just make everything stand out like that, or, like, just random little bits of stuff, because then it's easier. You don't have to worry about how the balance of the game, because, like...
Another update directly fucked with the, like, progression of the game. That was, like, huge.
I know, and it was awesome, because...
It was awesome.
Because, you know, when you go to the Nether, you don't really have anything to do other than go to the fortress. But now you have, like, oh, I can get new types of wood. I can mine for netherite. I can go loot stuff for better armor or, like, better stuff. There's a new thing now for it where you need to go to Bastion specifically if you want to use netherite armor. That's kind of cool. I like that. But I was going to say about redstone. I think redstone is, like... It's kind of a necessary mechanic, but I think it's the worst mechanic. Because I feel like it's the hardest mechanic to learn in the game.
Yeah.
Out of all of them. Maybe that, or maybe like horse breeding. Apparently horse breeding is really hard.
Oh, yeah.
But redstone mechanics, I think they suck. Because, I don't know, something just feels really off about doing redstone stuff, because what do you use redstone for? You use it for,
Farms, mostly.
You use it either for, like, opening a door or a farm. And then, like, you know, I think automatic farms are, like, sometimes are necessary, but a lot of the times I think, like, who cares? Like, maybe on a server they're kind of okay, but, like, why would you want, like, an automatic redstone farm for, like, wheat? Or something like that. Like, who cares? You don't really need it.
There's a couple items that are, like, annoying to get that I, like, use a redstone farm for. Like, I have one that makes I had one on my server that makes kelp, and that you just make kelp blocks, and then you have infinite fuel. That was nice.
The only one, some of the ones that I care about is, like, what's a good one? I care about gunpowder. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of them that are just kind of useless. There's, like, no point to them. And they also kind of ruin the server economy in a way. So, I don't really like redstone in general. And every single update always adds a ton of redstone mechanics. Like, you know, they have a skulk sensor stuff, like sound stuff. It's like you can think of ways that can, like, be helpful. That would be kind of cool. But like,
if you already don't know how to use redstone, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, like, what am I going to use the sound mechanic for redstone for? The only thing I could think of is making a bomb.
Yeah, be a good trap in your memory.
That's, like, the only idea I have. I can't think of anything else. Or, like, there's several of them. There's honey blocks. Those are kind of useful, but I'll never go out of the way for them. Mm-hmm. I don't know, there's just a lot of them that they just don't do. There's some redstone stuff, I don't even know how the fuck they work. Like, I don't know how a comparator works. I don't know how a redstone repeater really works. I don't know how, like really the only things I know how, the most complex thing I know how to work is, like, a daylight sensor. I just don't know how anything else works, really, unless I use a tutorial, or I, like, make someone do it for me. Aiden's the only one I know who can actually use redstone.
How rate this podcast out of 10? Do you think us talking about Minecraft for 30 minutes was good?
Oh yeah, I definitely wasn't tuning you guys out or anything, I promise.
Well, you fellas wanna wrap this shit up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, guys,
that's gonna suck.